From downtown Scranton, this is Northeast Current. WQPX invites you to join us as we explore public affairs, current events, and arts and culture in northeastern and central Pennsylvania. Now, let's meet today's guests on Northeast Current.
Welcome to Northeast Current for this week. I'll be your host, Rock and Roll. And here at Northeast Current, we like to highlight different businesses, events, and people that are covered by the area of WQPX. And in that vein, this week, we have Mr. Markie Dennebaum, the president of 25/8 Productions. We're going to talk to him a little bit about what they do here, how they can be of use to artists in the area. So how you doing today, Mr. Dennebaum?
Thanks for having me on. This is great.
It's awesome, man. We really like to try to get small business owners in and give them an opportunity to tell what they can do for different people in the area, because that's what basically Northeast Current is about. We serve the people of the area.
Keep doing that. Don't stop.
Yeah, I was excited to really find this place. I really was, because I consider myself an artist, and you can help in a lot of ways that we don't have access to. I didn't know about this place, so hopefully, more artists will become aware of the place after our interview today. So, tell me a little bit about what exactly it is that you guys do here.
We do everything. Well, we started off as a video production company. And then we kind of, what's the best way to explain this? I want to be a jack of all trades, master of none. But video is my focus. But we started up a recording studio. We do graphic design. We do photography. We do websites. We do social media. We do. I'm probably forgetting quite a few things, but in essence, everything you can see and hear is kind of where we cater to.
Okay. So a person can come in and get a package specifically tailored. So if they're an artist or a business, they can come in and get a package specifically tailored to what it is, a television commercial. Yep. or so somebody could come in even as much, make a CD here. Yeah. You can make a music video. You could do all these kind of things. Yep. All right, since we don't have a facility like that in this area, what got you into, or made you want to commit? Because it's a huge commitment, I'm sure.
No kidding.
Like, what did it take to get you over the hump to make that commitment to really put you all into it in this manner?
I don't have any children, but I assume running a business is like having an infant.
Yeah.
So a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of worrying, a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety, but a bad day doing this is better than a good day doing something else. I used to work in Los Angeles, and I worked on a couple of shows that people might know. I worked on Scrubs, Sons of Anarchy, a couple of DreamWorks movies, and I was there for about 5 years, and then I came back here because I got really tired of the rat race and the long days. And then I had no idea that coming back here would be longer days and more rats in the race.
You sound eminently qualified to be doing your job. That's
I don't know. I still don't know if I'm qualified.
Well, there's some big names. There's some big names you dropped in there. Well, I wanted to talk to you a little bit. I know we had sat down and talked before, and you just said you was out in LA and fast lifestyle. I wanted to talk a little bit about some of your personal story and some of the things that you had to overcome to get to this point. Because I mean, let's be honest, you have achieved something that's worth being very proud of. But it's a lot of people out there that have these same dreams and want to do these things. What are some of the things that you had to overcome to get to this point, and just people can know that they can do some of the same things?
I think first and foremost was I had to grow up. I had to become an adult. I was kind of living a lifestyle that was not conducive to being, a member of society that's productive. Okay. So I incorporated on August 1st, 2010. And by August 8th, I had quit drinking. Okay.
Was there some jarring event that brought all that on? Or?
No, you know what it was? It was just like, there's a lot of things in life where I think people are, there's things in life where, whether it's depression or whether it's, confusion about who you are as a human being or what you want to do. And I think I got stuck in a rut. And being that I was starting a new endeavor and literally changing my life, I think I had to make the choice to be like, if this is going to succeed, I need to have all my facilities, and I need to be, you know, a decent human being, and I need to work long hours and really commit to it, because if you want to start up your own thing, we started in my parents' basement, and then actually my parents' garage, and then we moved. I got a house in West Scranton, and we started in the basement there, and then we moved into here after a year. So in the matter of like a year and a half, we went from a garage to here, which to me is a minor victory. But now it's like how to sustain this.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
We're going to take a little tour of the place a little at a minute here, and I wanted to ask you about that. It's a beautiful building, like you've got it really set up. What was it like when you first got in here? Like, I can't imagine the amount of work.
It was grungy.
You got amount of work. You did some floor scrubbing and some wall cleaning.
I mean, it's a warehouse, but we were fortunate enough that there's 2,000 square feet of office space here that was already here. And then the entire part that we encompass is about 7,500 square feet, which means that there was 5,500 square feet out here of like, what do we do with? Okay. So, you know, as money came in, and you know, I decided to do either foolishly expand or not foolishly expand. I still don't know. Time will tell. We built a recording studio. I'll never forget the day that we laid out because you chalk line where you want the recording studio to be, and I stood up on the roof here and looked down, and I was like, it's too small, we need it bigger. and then little did I realize that like that extra bigger was going to cost that much many more thousands of dollars. Right. But you know, you kind of just when you make decisions like that, you can't think about the future.
It's all or nothing, right there.
Yeah, you go like, you know, we'll figure it out when we get there. But you make the decision, and you feel in your gut whether it's right. And you know, either you sink or swim. But you know, so far we're still swimming. You know, this is a stage that we have here that we do like poetry readings and maybe like acoustic acts every now and again. We'll film and multi-track record it. And behind here is we're currently building. Infinity green screen wall, so you can do, you know, motion track stuff. You can, if you wanted to be on the, you know, the landscape of a Star Wars film, we could probably throw you in there.
Wow,
yeah.
Nice. Yeah, we
Hopefully.
definitely don't have any facilities like that in this area. And you want to tell people exactly where you're located, because it was it threw me off a little bit that you were here and all this time, and I never knew.
I don't necessarily try to promote much about where we are. I don't know why. Maybe I'm agoraphobic. I don't know. But we're located in the warehouse behind Cooper's Seafood on North Washington Avenue. Right. It's a pretty big warehouse. We occupy a third of it. God willing, we'll get the rest of it. And yeah, we're in Scranton. We pay Scranton taxes.
Right here in Scranton. That's right. So we're gonna come back to you guys in a minute. We're going to take a little quick tour of the place. Mark's going to tell us about some of the specific areas and what they do and what they pertain to. And we'll be right back right after these messages. Welcome back. All right, we're going to take a short tour. Mark's going to explain what some of the facilities are and how they work and how you can utilize them. And we're going to get started, all right? Come on with us.
We can start right here.
All right.
Here's the stage. Here's the loudest sound system I've ever heard in my life. We do a lot of poetry events here. And then I believe in September and October, we're partnering. Well, we're not partnering. We're working with the Electric City Music Conference, Culture Shock, and then we're going to be a part of the Fringe Festival in October. So that weekend in October with the Fringe Festival, I believe we're doing poetry and comedians here.
Okay.
Which should be fun. And I think the Electric City Music Conference, we're doing panel discussion. That'll be here. And then Culture Shock is up at NAOG. So it's the same day, which makes it really complicated. So we're going to be running back and forth from both places. But those are some of the things happening here. Breaking Ground Poets is who we have here a lot. They're a great group from Tunkhannock. This is a work in progress. Okay. We're going to make it a giant infinity green screen We haven't figured. I've been trying to figure out a way to get lighting up there and trusses and, you know, make it so that you flip a switch, it's all lit. You know, anything else that you want to do, you can do on your own and, you know, light it that way. But, you know, hopefully in the next month this will all be green and I will not allow anyone to walk on it.
All right.
Yeah, and we built all this. So this is all built.
Ah, yeah, I was just looking at this. Man, how long did all this take to get this to this point right here?
Here, I'll turn this light on. This is the recording studio part of it, and the green screen probably took, we did it ourselves, so it took about a year.
Okay, all right.
But then we wired it ourselves, we ran all the cables ourselves, we did all
So
that stuff.
it's done specifically to the purpose of the building,
Absolutely.
with the wiring and everything?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, that obviously, that flexible.
And come on, this is a mess.
All right.
It's a working studio right now.
That's good.
So I'll turn the lights on. In here we did a podcast last night. We do a podcast every Monday for NEPAscene.com, which is available on iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud every Tuesday morning. This is a tracking room. There's an isolation room right there. I'm actually doing a video shoot that I don't know when we're going to be done, so I'm not moving lights or teleprompters or sound stuff until I know that we're done.
Okay.
That's an isolation room back there for like vocals. And this room is also wired for 7.1 surround sound mixing.
Okay. So as an artist, you come in, you can get your music mixed in 7.1 surround sound. Definitely not something that you're going to find in most studios.
Most artists don't do that, but
yeah.
It's usually stereo, but you know, it's definitely possible. But for the feature films that we do, it's a big help to do 7.1. It's also very, stereo is two speakers, and then now you're dealing with 8.
Yeah,
So
and
like, what
almost
do we
all
do?
sound systems are more than 2 speakers now.
Yeah, and everything has to be calibrated, and everything has to be, you know, spec specific.
Especially for some of you younger artists that don't understand what it takes for your music to be available, to be played in larger arenas. There's specs and guidelines that are required. These guys can help you make sure your music meets those specs and guidelines. So definitely want to come down and talk to Mark about that. We're standing in the control room to the stewed, as it's called here. Not the studio, the stewed. And this looks very extensive, man. What's some of the things that you guys do in this place here? Wow.
Well, we do, Jimmy Reynolds runs the Stewed. So, and as far as the articles of incorporation are concerned, it is the Stewed.
Okay.
LLC. That's what he wanted, and he deserves every moment of it because he's amazing. As you can see, George Michael. Jimmy's a big Tom Petty fan, you know, so that's kind of like where his stuff lies. Okay. But we have, this is actually the board from WVIA that used to do all the polkas.
Oh, wow.
So we have the board from the polkas, which is kind of incredible.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we do tracking in here, and we'll do a little bit of mixing. We'll do mixing in here, but you know, we'll go out there too. Jimmy even goes so far as to go into his car to mix. So you have to hit the best of all the worlds. Okay. We have these computer speakers here just so you can get, when you do recording, you have to hear it from as many sources as possible. So you have like the little, not so amazing Logitech speakers, and then you have the KRK Rockets up there that sound really good. But we do everything analog, digital, whatever you want. We have great preamps. We have great plugins. We probably have terabytes of plugins for sounds that you didn't even know that you wanted or needed.
Okay, so you basically could cover anything that an artist pretty much could think of. You could cover it and help them out, help them reach their goals.
What their mind can conceive and believe, we can probably achieve.
You hear that?
Yep.
Anything you could conceive, they can help you achieve.
Absolutely.
So definitely want to get in touch with Mark Dennebaum at 258 Studios. We're over here behind Cooper's in the warehouse. Hit up Mark first before you just show up on the premises. Call before you come, all right?
We don't have a doorbell.
We don't have a doorbell here. So, Mark, you had mentioned that you were currently doing sound for a couple of movies, and we had came into your editing room. What's some of the capabilities of? Because these things look incredible, man. You can really do some.
Well, they're not the trash can Mac Pros.
Okay.
This is a 5K iMac, and that's one of the older model iMacs, so we use that as a second monitor because the resolution's incredible. But we're working on 2 feature films right now. We're doing basically the entire post process. So when they're done shooting, they hand off all the footage, all the audio to us. We edit it together, then we do the sound mix, then we do the color grading. So we have to do like a mono mix, a stereo mix, a 5.1 mix, a 7.1 mix. Like it's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it sounds like an extremely complicated process.
It's a very complicated process that people don't understand takes time.
But I like we were talking about with you guys before, if you want your project to be done professionally, where you can be comfortable playing it for people and you don't have to worry about the quality of your production and what's being done, this is where you come. You want to always give off your best product. You only get one chance to make a first impression.
Wow, that's the best pitch I've ever gotten in my life. Thank you so much.
So what's the name of the movie?
I can't. I signed an NDA. We can't talk about it until they get them done. But they're basically zombie movies, which is a genre I never thought I would be getting into. But we get to make them fun and exciting, and they're shot in 5K. They're huge files. They were lit well. They were really well done, and hopefully the world will see them.
Yeah,
someday.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
We got some credits rolling in Hollywood in here, right? All right, thanks guys for joining us this week. We really appreciate your attention and your attendance with us. Thanks, Markie Dennebaum, for coming out and giving us the information that we need to help a lot of the local artists that are trying to advance themselves in their careers. Like I told you guys, if you want your work done professionally in a professional manner where you can present it to people and not have to worry about the first thing most people that can help you are going to ask you is about your production and things. So if you want to be comfortable in that area, if you'd like to get in touch with Mark, you can reach him at his website, and you want to tell the guys he's not real big on exposing where he is, but we're going to let you guys.
I'm real big on social media, but I'm not big. I'm huge on Facebook. The website is www.25-8productionsinc.com.
And you can find everything you need to know on the website, all the contact information. You can find out a little more detail that maybe relates to your specific project and if they have these things available to you. But if you've paid attention during the show, you'll know they do almost anything. All right?
Almost.
Thanks for joining us this week, and we'll see you next week on Northeast Current.
Talk about anything more?
Yeah, we're going to, as we walk.
I can't walk and chew gum. How the hell am I going to walk and talk? I have no idea.
Like, I want to ask you.
I'm trying to convince everybody to do it, and there's people who are stuck in their ways, but.
I'm all for legalization.
Nonprofits, you have to do.
I'm not really good at making sure that I'm in front of the camera.
All right. You do well. You're photogenic. You have a natural feel. Right, so you want to do a welcome? You want to do a welcome back?
Welcome back, Cotter.
Want some coffee?
No, I'm okay.
The first day he turned these on, I think we were running Bruno Mars's Locked Out of Heaven, playing through them, and I was like, you need to turn that down.
So this area looks really, really expensive. So I'm imagining you can do a lot of stuff here.
The 5K one, I'm going to punch somebody in the face for touching the screen. This is your first rodeo? How do I sound? Yep. The definition of editing is to hide mistakes.
Yeah,
if you want to film in the restroom, I mean, in 5K, and the other one shot in 2K, and we'll walk into the stewed. Let me see if this is open. It's not. Let me unlock some doors.
I'm sorry. Okay, start that again. I'm sorry. I was laughing.
The more you stop me, the more confused I get. My next line is.
Are you having fun yet?
You gonna pull up, I'm gonna jump out the trunk. Hey, you trying to leave me, man? Why you trying to leave?